Hey everyone, it's Real Life Real Crime Daily for Wednesday, June 20th. In Louisiana, driver's license holders across the state are exposed in a massive cyber attack. Las Vegas police stop a mass shooting threat during the Stanley Cup just hours before it were to take place. And members of the Harvard Medical School morgue are caught selling body parts to a nationwide network of buyers. These stories and more coming at you today. I'm Jim Chapman.
And I'm Woody Overton.
And I'm Mike Agovino.
What's up, fellas?
What up?
Hey, before we get started.
Happy hump day.
Yeah, definitely. Before we get started, I want to say, and I'm remiss in doing this, I didn't catch it till afterwards because I wasn't on social media a bunch this weekend, but our hearts and prayers go out to all the people that were affected by the storms. I know a lot of you were still without power, lifers, and everybody else, and it's unfortunate, and prayers and thoughts go out to everybody.
Amen.
Man, it makes you realize how spoiled we all are. Because I was up in Jackson and Mississippi and with my wife's family, and we lost power like 5 o'clock on Sunday, and we could not sleep. And my wife is just, and I'm like, honey, people for centuries, this is what they did. You got a pillow and a soft bed. Let's suck it up and make it happen. And then she got angry at me. I got a flashlight, and every time she wasn't paying attention, I was just shining the flashlight on her ass.
I'm sure that went over well.
So I had her ass in a strobe. I was doing all this different stuff. She was just getting so mad.
I get it.
Let's go.
Had to do something to make it fun while you're in the
year and a half
dark.
Ago, whenever it was, I guess it was Ida or whatever. You know, I lost my big home in Marpole. So I get what those people are going through. I spent 19 days on a generator running my freezers and all that stuff, and it's just a bad time. And you're right, we are spoiled, and we don't realize how bad it is until you go through something like that.
That's right.
And, we skated last year on any, knock on wood, tropical storms or hurricanes, and but these things happen, and then prayers go out to them, and we're thinking about y'all.
Yeah, I also want you to know, Woody, that I did not make the first move in this attempt to get a threesome going over the weekend on social media. I don't know if you followed that from your fishing spot, but your wife is the guilty culprit there. I just kind of went along with the joke, and I'm sure the audience will back me up 100%.
I'm sure she is, and again, I didn't do a lot of social media this weekend for various different reasons.
Had a freaking ball game.
Not even in my control, but it's all good.
Okay, y'all, and look, the LSU Tigers almost pulled it off against Wake Forest, the number one team in the country yesterday in the College World Series. Fell 1 run short, and they're playing tonight, y'all. We record this particular episode on Tuesday, so on Thursday's episode, you'll be able to tell if we won or not, because I'll be naked in the studio. If we did.
I was going to say, I heard our girl Olivia Dunn was there, and they said you see the mob around her.
And Peyton Manning.
Yeah, well, I saw Peyton Manning. I did get to watch Steen pitch. I guess it was Saturday. Awesome. I got to watch that, but I didn't get to see it last night. But I saw Olivia. You need to come on the show, girl.
That's right.
And all the people that were packed in around her.
Absolutely. All right, y'all ready to get in some crime time?
Let's rock and roll.
Let's do it.
Look, every Louisiana driver's license holder in the state has been exposed in a massive cyber attack. Now, the personal details of every holder of driver's license in the state of Louisiana were exposed to hackers who pulled off a cyber attack that also affected some federal agencies. Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards said his staff believes everyone with a driver's license, everyone,
6 million people,
ID card or car registration issued by the state of more than 4.6 million residents probably had their name, addresses, and social security numbers exposed. Other personal information to which the attackers apparently had access to were the driver's license numbers, handicap place card information, birth dates, heights, anything that's on your license, they had access to. The number of records to be involved, as Mike just told you, is around 6 million. The Russia-linked extortion gang C10P. Is that how you'd say that, Mike? C10P?
I mean, Russia,
which claimed credit for the recent hack, has previously said it would not exploit any data taken from government agencies and assured it had erased such information.
It's not true, because the day after that happened, I had somebody do a hard pull on my credit for some bullshit company out of like Minnesota or somewhere, and it wasn't me.
Well, that was me, Woody.
It's just a pain in the ass. What it is.
Edwards also said there was no evidence that the hackers had sold, used, shared, or released the information, but the governor did suggest that Louisiana take steps to protect their identity. Those steps include freezing their credit to prevent the opening of new accounts in their names, changing all of their digital passwords, obtaining a special number from federal IRS service to prevent someone else from filing tax returns in your name. I don't know. I would like if they did that. You want to do my taxes? Go right ahead.
No, they're going to file fake shit so they can get a return.
It's a joke.
You want to talk about the worst freaking thing that can happen to you?
Oh, identity theft.
I had fake tax returns filed in 17 other states in my name. In like 2017.
That was also me, Mike. Yeah. I'm sorry.
That was you too. Yeah. You were busy.
Yeah. No, it's, I know someone that had went through, not to that extent, but has went through just identity theft. Just had a bunch of credit cards taken out in their name. And you're right. It is. It's a nightmare. Louisiana Motor Vehicle Office was amongst several organizations to use the software. This software was called Move It. And it was designed, it basically transfers large digital files. A lot of companies, not just the Motor Vehicle Administration uses this. A lot of companies do. Well, apparently that software had some sort of weakness. Yeah. And the hackers were able to breach this, and they were able to steal that information. Look, this has not been a big topic really around the water cooler, to say the least, and it's a major deal, y'all. Yeah. A lot of people hopefully won't have this happen, but there's a chance a lot of people in about a month are going to be like, what the heck? Yep. My credit just dropped to 400 and I've got 9 accounts open that I didn't know I had. There's no telling. I am friends with a guy that owns a company, and what they basically do is cybersecurity. So he was telling me, he said, 9 out of 10 times, nothing's going to happen because, let's say in this case, the state of Louisiana will negotiate with these hackers, and they'll pay them. They'll pay them off not to do anything. And you might say, well, I mean, are the hackers going to really do it? Yeah, they really do. They'll give you all that back.
They sell it to the people, like the people in Jamaica and stuff like that, and they try to open the fake credit card accounts and all that. And all they got to do is to be successful once.
If it's specifically a ransomware attack.
Right.
But I don't think this is a ransomware attack. Look, the first big thing, and it's I don't know why in this state, it's everything is last minute and never on time. So this is basically a bug in Move It software. They send out the patch. So anyone working with that software had the patch to go do the work necessary to prevent this from happening. Mm-hmm. Of all the states that were exposed, there's only one that didn't do the fucking patch in time to prevent this shit from getting hacked. So 6 million people in this state got exposed because this state didn't have its shit together enough to put the freaking patch in place to prevent this from happening. And, state's going to get sued if shit. I mean, the smartest thing the state could do is try and negotiate something with somebody if they're open to it. But while I don't know that's the intent of what they did. But
I agree.
It's like the same reason that the pothole never gets patched when it's 1 foot. It's got to be a 10-foot gorge before anybody shows up to fix the damn pothole around here. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy, y'all. Y'all follow hockey?
A little bit.
So I never really did, but I watched the documentary on Netflix or whatever, might have been Prime, about the Las Vegas Golden Knights, the season. They expanded and they went to Vegas. It was the same time the big mass shooting happened from Mandalay at the
concert. Yeah,
right. So they won, but they have an expansion team that year, and they actually won the big Stanley Cup. Well, guess what? I'm going to take you back to it. And it was really well done documentary. I watch all the sports documentaries.
I think they got to the finals.
No, they won it.
I thought this was the first year they won.
No. I'm telling you, we can look it up. I watched the documentary. They won it. If they didn't win, then I may be wrong on that. But they did more than anybody else had done. They were Las Vegas strong was their thing. But listen what happened, y'all. In Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Metro Police arrested a man who threatened a mass shooting at the Stanley Cup final hours before the Vegas Golden Knight clinched the championship. Just before noon last Tuesday, police responded to a business for a report of a person who was later identified as Matthew DeSavio, 33, who was threatening a mass shooting at the Stanley Cup final. The person told the police DeSavio had stalked them for about a decade. DeSavio later showed up to the business where officers arrested him. DeSavio also posted threatening messages about the game on Facebook. He said, "I'm coming for you guys tonight, and I hope you get every police officer in Vegas Golden Knights there to defend you." One message said, according to police, "Hope Sin City is ready for the Mandalay Bay Massacre Part 2, he said. Another person contacted police seeing the Facebook post where DeSavio claimed to want to conduct a mass shooting at the T-Mobile Arena. Considering that 58 people were shot and killed during the Route 91 Harvest Festival on October 1, 2017, police really took this threat serious. Then in another post, DeSavio wrote, "I warn y'all, October 1st was just a preview." Police arrested DeSavio outside of the business about 5 hours before the game. As patrol officers were placing DeSavio in the patrol car, DeSavio declared several excited utterances, asking if anyone had seen his Facebook post yet, and that the Knights need to win by a certain amount or he will do a repeat of the Mandalay Bay 1 October shooting. And y'all basically locked him up. Now, you know this dude's ass is in a crack. You threaten that. I mean, it's certainly one of the worst mass shootings in the history of the United States that happened on October 1, 2017. We actually had a lifer who was mad about one of the gun stories we did earlier on. And he said, "I was a fan, but I was a victim of this shooting." I say guns kill people. People don't kill people. He said, "That's bullshit. I lost my leg in the shooting," which I felt horrible for him, but still, that guy was up there pulling the trigger, right? So this dude is going to get hammered. I mean, you can't do that. But who knows if he had an intention to do it? They didn't say anything about finding firearms or whatever, but he was making it known.
The threats alone get you in a lot of trouble.
It's not the day and time to do that, right?
And his motive?
Just
nut job.
Yeah, probably. And I hate to say that because then they're going to try to use that as a, the
insanity
defense. Yeah, but thank God it didn't happen.
You remember,
anyway.
Mike might not realize this, Woody, but we had a hockey team here in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, the Kingfish.
Baton Rouge Kingfish. Yeah. You go to any games? You ever go to?
They were fun.
Yeah.
They play in the same league with that Jackson team. Was the Jackson team in that league?
I don't remember. They played right there at now it's the Raising Cane's River Center, but that's where they
minor league hockey is fun. Talk about a fun, cheap night. It's like going minor league baseball. Same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, cheap tickets and cheap beer and
for people
the
that
whole crowd is drunk by the time you get to the second period.
Never exposed to hockey, it was really interesting.
Hey, there's no better.
All we wanted to see was fights.
There's no better in-venue spectator sport. I mean,
I agree.
The action is so fast, and you're right on top of it, and it's great.
Hey, you're right. This was their first win, so congratulations to them, and they made it.
I think they made it to the conference finals that year,
and for being a draft team.
Yeah, for an expansion team.
And those guys felt like they're all getting raped because they didn't want to get picked and sent to the draft team. That's what the whole documentary is about, and how they came over in the same year that horrible shooting happened in 2017.
Neither of you guys went to Harvard, did you?
Harvard
Law.
You thought about it.
I thought about it.
We all had the SATs and the.
I used to teach as
the
an
GPAs
professor
to get in
there, but I quit.
Yeah, no Harvard.
Couldn't handle those snooty kids, right?
Yeah,
was spoiled trust fund brats.
They didn't have crawfish. So I came on
Southie.
Well, here's a story Harvard won't be that proud of, and I don't think we have that many Harvard listeners. So the two folks.
Why you say that?
The two folks in Cambridge, Mass, listening to us right now can.
Hey, we love y'all up there, by the way.
Yeah, you can bite. You can bite me
if you're a Harvard listener. Shout it out in the comments.
Yeah, blow up Mike on that one.
You have my permission.
You know, Mike's been sneaking all these videos and stuff in. They get a lot of response.
Well, they can blow me in Harvard. Here's my Harvard story. It's the Harvard morgue theft ring. Members of a macabre theft ring stole human remains from the Harvard Medical School morgue in Cambridge, Mass., and sold the body parts to a nationwide network of buyers. This all starts with a guy by the name of Cedric Lodge, who is the former manager of the Harvard Medical School morgue. He's accused of stealing and selling human body parts for profit. He was indicted along with his wife, Denise Lodge, a woman by the name of Katrina McLean, a guy by the name of Joshua Taylor, and 3 other people who aren't quite as important for me telling this story. So they're all accused of taking part in this network that stole body parts from cadavers before they were cremated and then selling them off to buyers officially. That is called a interstate transport of stolen goods. So that is what they are charged with. I'd say officially it's a conspiracy, and they're charged with interstate transport of stolen goods. At times, Cedric Lodge allowed McLean and Taylor to enter the morgue at Harvard Medical School and examine cadavers to choose the parts they wanted to purchase.
Yeah, I'm sure they had an order for them already.
Yes, they got to go shopping in the supermarket. Right. On some occasions, Taylor transported stolen remains back to Pennsylvania where he lived. On other occasions, the lodges shipped stolen remains to Taylor and others out of state. Cedric Lodge, quote, stole dissected portions of donated cadavers, including, for example, heads, brains, skin, bones, and other human remains without the knowledge or permission of HMS. He and his wife would reach out discreetly to a network of online buyers. So this was all done online. A 15-page indictment doesn't go into extended detail about what body parts were purchased for in terms of the exact cost, but it does mention that McLean shipped human skin to a man in Pennsylvania and engaged in his services to tan the skin to create leather.
Nice.
That was a nice usage.
Like a lampshade.
I bet that guy's happy to see that's.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
McLean asked Cedric Lodge to supply more tissue because he needed more for the dude that he built the chest piece for, which is what he did with that guy's skin. Christ. According to the indictment, from September 3rd of 2018 to July 12th of 2021, Taylor sent 39 electronic payments to a PayPal account run by Denise Lodge for human remains Cedric Lodge stole and then sold from Harvard. A May 2019 payment from Taylor had a memo, quote, head number 7. And a November 2020 transaction was just entitled, quote, brains. A lawyer for Taylor declined to discuss the case Wednesday afternoon. Attorneys for the Lodges and McLeans couldn't immediately be reached for comment. We're appalled to learn that something so disturbing could happen on our campus, a community dedicated to healing and serving others. The reported incidents are a betrayal of Harvard Medical School, and most importantly, each of the individuals, I should be doing this in my snooty voice, who altruistically choose to will their bodies to HMS through the anatomical gift program, said an HMS representative. After learning of this story, I'm proud to say there's a man we all know named Roy Provost who operates the only private facility in Louisiana that offers autopsy services in the state. You'll find Roy's business in Broussard, just outside of Lafayette, and under a big American flag where I promise you not a single organ has ever been sold by anyone.
Yeah, and it's also the only place in Louisiana that can facilitate an autopsy. They can embalm, cremate, and even cremate your pets.
Yes, they can.
Right.
All under one roof.
Right. And yeah, there is only one privately owned facility that offers autopsy services in the state, and that is Parish Forensics. And they've been serving Louisiana since 2007. And I get requests all the time, y'all, about people who say the coroner didn't order their autopsy of the loved one. And they had, it was too late because they had cremated or whatever. Guess what? Parish Forensics does this, okay? And Louisiana Funeral Services and Crematory, it's a full-service funeral home with 2 on-site crematories serving families with aftercare needs and fellow funeral homes with third-party embalming and cremation needs since 2015. The Louisiana Pet Crematory, locally owned and operated by funeral home professionals, they provide families and veterinarians alike with dignified, private, and communal cremation services with extensive urn and keepsake selections. Louisiana Pet Crematory has been serving South Louisiana with creative pet memorial merchandising since 2019. And if you're a resident of Louisiana, call them today to speak to someone about their services at 1-800-CREMATE. That's 1-800-273-6283 or 1-800-FUNERAL. That's 1-800-386-3725. And y'all, you can follow them on Facebook and Instagram for the latest memorial products and offerings and more. That's Parish Forensics, Louisiana Funeral Home and Crematory, and Louisiana Pet Crematory of Broussard, Louisiana. Hey, rest easy. That's their tagline.
That is their tagline. Now, you've seen many an autopsy over the years, right?
Many, hundreds.
Have you ever?
No.
Neither have I. And I've watched so much TV over the years that involves autopsies because I've seen every NCIS episode and CSI episodes and all that. I think we should go out and do it.
Yeah.
Y'all have fun with that.
I might blow chunks right there.
Y'all have fun with that.
It's tough. And you hear me talk about it in real life real crime episodes.
Not as fun as you think.
It's probably and I've said this before, I don't want one done on me just because it's that invasive. But if you have to have it done, that is for obvious reasons. And Parish Forensics, first class operation, they were going to take care of you with respect and admiration. But, in Louisiana, every coroner needs autopsies, right? In all 64 parishes, but not every coroner can perform them. And every funeral home offers cremation services, but not every funeral home has a crematory and the same for veterinarian officers. But in Broussard, Louisiana, Parish Forensic, that facility is a unique facility, unlike anybody else.
Yes, it is. So, Kristen Sapienza, invite me up. I'm going to do it. We'll film it. Watch me.
Film it.
Watch me puke while I'm watching Uncle Charlie get cut up.
It wouldn't be for entertainment value people because they wouldn't allow that, but it would be for educational purposes. I believe everybody should have to see one. I believe if everybody had seen one, like they make kids watching in school, people might kill people less.
Good point.
Anyway, so there you go.
Wow. All right. So, look, if you're a UFC fan, even if you're not a UFC fan,
I saw this.
You have heard of Conor McGregor.
Right.
It's amazing. This guy is absolutely probably one of the most popular names that people that have no idea of even sports can recognize that name, Conor McGregor. He is from Dublin, Ireland. He former UFC champion was accused this week, and this is a crazy story, y'all, of sexually assaulting a woman following Game 4 of the NBA Finals between the Denver Nuggets and the Miami Heat. Video has been released showing McGregor and his accuser outside a bathroom at the game where the alleged victim claimed McGregor attacked her. The victim's attorney claims McGregor's security team would not let her leave the bathroom and that the fighter shoved his tongue in the victim's mouth and aggressively kissed her. McGregor, according to the victim, forced her to perform oral sex on him and also tried to sodomize her before she was able to escape. The Heat released a statement that they are aware of the accusations made against McGregor and are conducting a full investigation. Now, this is not the first time that McGregor has faced legal trouble or even sexual assault allegations. Past incidents include charges for strong-arm robbery and criminal mischief in 2019 following an incident with a fan. Last year, the Dublin area native was also arrested in the Irish capital for driving offenses. In both 2018 and 2019, women accused McGregor of assaulting them in Dublin. And I'll say this, anybody can accuse anybody of anything. And I guess the more popular you become in life, the more risky that becomes. But this does not look good for the former UFC champion. Yeah. This is some pretty heavy allegations.
This is total bullshit. It's total bullshit.
Okay.
Her story has already been debunked. She first claimed that she was forced into that bathroom, and then video surveillance cameras picked up that she walked in voluntarily into that bathroom. She's trying to extort money out of the guy.
Very strong chance of that. I'm not saying, I'm not doubting that. I'm just saying.
I think that he went.
It don't look good anytime.
They said he went to the bathroom, and then a member of his staff came up to told her, "Hey, he wants to see you in the bathroom."
Yeah.
And then whatever. But it doesn't matter. Here's the deal. I have a lot of famous clients, including NFL stars, et cetera, I can't talk about. A lot of them have been, they're money targets, right? I've cleared a lot of them, but there's some of them that were guilty. So we'll find out. This will come out, and if she doesn't get paid off, or Gloria Steinem can come in and take her case and get her a big fat check from, his people. So who knows? If he did it, shame on him. If she's lying, shame on her.
Well, she didn't go to the police. She went to him through a lawyer looking for a check. And this is what happens, and it's exactly what you're talking about. And I saw a lot of it when I was in California as well. It's it's a byproduct out of the Me Too movement. There's almost a cottage industry of let me go and hook up with some famous person and try to extort some money out of them.
Maybe even before the Me Too movement. That's been around a long time. Yeah. Let me ask you, Woody, from a legal standpoint. So obviously, as I stated earlier, anybody can charge anybody with anything. Right. People may be surprised to know that if someone files charges on someone else, they can be arrested with no evidence for that, and they have to kind of go to court to prove their innocence.
I can go tomorrow and file a charge saying you punched me in the face today, regardless of whether or not it's true. It has to be adjudicated.
Yeah. So what happens if the accuser is found to be lying? Is there a charge for that?
It is if it's a federal agent. I'm sure they can turn around civilly and get them. But
like lying to an officer,
that you could lie to a state officer or a local officer all you want to. You lie to a federal officer, you go to prison. Yeah,
I don't think this is a criminal case, though, right?
It's civil. Well, you said he didn't go to the police. He went to an attorney. She went to an attorney, so it would be a civil case.
Yeah.
But I was just curious, even in a criminal situation,
you better believe he's got insurance, and it's just like if you get an offender bender today, your insurance company's going to stroke a check for what they figure they would be out of, regardless whether you're right or wrong, just to get it be done with. So it's unfortunate. It happens. And it is. But let me tell you about a guy who posed as a federal agent, but really wasn't. There's a man who falsely claiming to be an immigration and customs enforcement officer who sexually assaulted a woman in Maryland after threatening her with deportation and a firearm. Victor Antonio Reed, 26, faces 11 different charges in connection with the incident, including first and second degree rape, impersonating a law enforcement officer, armed robbery and theft, and he's been held naturally. He's locked up, right? The Prince George County Police Department Sexual Assault Unit received a report on Tuesday at around 8:15 p.m. about a rape that occurred in Oxon Hill. Reed approached the victim, a Hispanic woman, in the Sunrise Shopping Center parking lot, flashed a badge, and purported to be an ICE officer. He then instructed her to sit in his car or face deportation. The woman sat in the passenger seat of Reed's car, and he showed her videos of ICE agents arresting people. She told police she was terrified and begged Reed not to deport her, noting that she even offered him money. Reed accepted $100 from the victim, but told her she would also have to perform oral sex on him to avoid deportation. She initially refused before he directed her attention to a gun in the backseat of the car. She then complied, and Reed continued to assault her before allowing her to exit the vehicle. She immediately reported the incident to police, and detectives obtained surveillance video from the shopping center of Reed's vehicle that helped identify him, and they locked his ass up. And he was positively identified from photo lineup. So there you go.
And I find that a lot of these people in the United States, that whether they're legal or not, get taken advantage of in this situation pretty often because they don't know the laws. It would be like me going to Mexico,
right?
You know, and being arrested for something. I would have no idea if they were trying to shake me down or if it was a legit crime.
That story absolutely reminds me of a whole shit ton of stories I haven't told yet on Real Life Real Crime. I bet you, I'm gonna do one this week and lock it up for Patreon members. You wouldn't believe the amount of people who act like they're cops for nefarious reasons. Yeah. I mean, they have the badge and the guns and pull people over and shit like that. And you know, the police love the rest of those motherfuckers.
Oh, God, sure. I can only imagine.
You want to be a cop, boy?
Yeah. You want to do what I do?
Took a lot of courage on the woman's part because it sounds like that guy's pulled that routine before. I mean, his first it was pretty tight.
There's a whole bunch of them that are never going to the police. You know why? Because they are here illegal and they don't want to get deported.
Right. He was pretty confident when he let her out of that car that he was never going to hear anything about it.
$100 and a blowjob.
Well, good for her.
Good for her. I agree. Hey, ladies, are you feeling overwhelmed by hormonal changes? Well, you're definitely not alone. There are more than 1,000 hormone disruptors living in our environment right now. It's in your food, your water, the air you breathe, the clothes you wear, your skincare products. They all mess with your hormones. Then there's the natural hormone changes your body goes through, premenopause, menopause. And while it's a natural process, it doesn't mean you have to suffer through it. The good news is you don't have to suffer through it anymore because now you have Hormone Harmony, a formula made only with herbal ingredients that are shown to reduce hormonal symptoms in women of all ages. Hormone Harmony is not just a hormone support and supplement. It's become a phenomenon. Women can't stop talking about it on social media. A bottle of Hormone Harmony is sold every 24 seconds. And the biggest benefit? Well, my wife says it makes her feel like her own self again. And that's what women mention over and over in the reviews. And there are over 30,000 reviews for Hormone Harmony. And for a limited time, you can get 15% off your entire first order at happymammoth.com. Just use code RLRC at checkout. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC for 15% off today. That's happymammoth.com and use code RLRC. Hey, y'all, let me tell you about Gobble. All Gobble meal kits are pre-prepped. That means less work for you and less waste in your kitchen. Their meal kits include everything you need so you can save time at the store or just skip that trip entirely. I got the box in and I had 3 different meals. I had a Kung Pao chicken, crispy fish tacos, and a beef bourguignon, however you say it. But let me tell you about the classic beef bourguignon. Look, it came with beef pot roast and a beef broth concentrate, red wine demi-glaze, cremini mushrooms, cipollone onions, mashed potatoes, baby carrots, and rosemary thyme butter. It was so easy to make. Literally like 15 minutes it took Cindy. And let me tell you something. All the dishes were fire, but this thing was like a taste explosion in my mouth. It's just unreal. We've got to spend more time together and more time doing the things we love because everything came in this one single box right to my door. So see what a difference Gobble will make for your household. Right now, they're offering my listeners a fantastic limited time deal. You get $120 off across 4 boxes
plus free shipping and free cookies. And let me tell you, those cookies, I ate one that was sin baked and it was delicious. Go to gobble.com/real life. That's GOBBLE.com/real life for $120 off your first 4 boxes. This offer is not available on the home site, so don't miss out. This is genius. It's taste explosions in your mouth like you never had.
Horrible story out of Ohio, guys. So if you haven't heard about this story yet, kind of brace in for it, people. An Ohio man is facing murder charges after allegedly lining up his 3 young sons.
Oh, God, I saw this.
Age 7, age 4, and age 3, and shooting them execution style.
Disgusting.
Nice.
One of the boys tried to flee, but Chad Doerman, which is this murderer's name, allegedly told police he hunted him down and brought him back into the house and shot him alongside of his brothers. This all went down on Thursday at about 4:15. That's when a woman called 911 screaming, yelling that her, quote, babies had been shot. And this is the Claremont County Sheriff's Office in Ohio. I think we're close to Cincinnati here. 3 minutes later, a driver in the area called 911 to report that a young girl was running down the road screaming her father was killing everyone, the sheriff's office said. Deputies rushed to the home in Monroe Township and found Chad Doerman, age 32, sitting on the steps with a rifle next to him.
Jesus Christ.
Stand up, a deputy yelled to him before pulling him off the steps and forcing him to the ground where he cuffed him. This is all captured on the officer's body cam. The deputy could hear hysterical screams in the background and asked Doerman what was going on. Doerman calmly replied, nothing.
Yeah.
Shortly after, deputies found 3 children who had been shot laying in the yard, totally unresponsive. They attempted CPR, but the children died at the scene. The children's mother, who's 34, who has not been publicly identified, was allegedly shot in the hand while trying to protect the boys from the gunshots. She was taken to a local hospital with obviously non-life-threatening injuries, and she's going to be okay physically. She'll never, ever be the same mentally. Deputies met with her in the hospital to tell her that her 3 sons had been killed. Doerman was arrested without incident and taken to the sheriff's office for questioning. He has since been charged with 3 counts of aggravated murder. He was taken to the Claremont County Jail where he's being held on $20 million bond. He's not getting out of there. Doerman allegedly confessed to killing the boys. David Gast, who is the head of the Claremont County Prosecutor's Office Criminal Division, said in court on Friday at Doerman's arraignment, he allegedly planned the shootings for several months.
Yeah, there you go.
This did not happen on a whim. The trauma that this man has inflicted on his family, the community, law enforcement, first responders, all of the rest of us who have any idea of what is going on here is unspeakable, Gast said. During the arraignment, Doerman stood near the court, flanked by deputies and wearing a protective vest, crying as he listened to Gast. Speaking to the judge, Gast said, quote, there has been full admission in this case, but the evil horror of what we know is impossible to process. In an act of just incomprehensible cruelty, the father lined up his 3 young boys in their home and shot them one at a time, execution style. In an act of desperation, the mother at some point grabbed the gun the father was wielding to attempt to protect them. One of the boys was able to break away and flee into the field near the house, Gast said. By Doerman's own admission, the father hunted that boy down, drug him back into the property, and executed him in front of witnesses. I'm asking for $20 million bond, Gast told the judge, that these boys looked to their father for love, protection, guidance. He was the man they trusted more than any other person. He was their world, their guardian, and he executed them in cold blood. Doerman's father, Keith Doerman, age 59, told the New York Post that his son just snapped. There was something going on in his life that he couldn't handle anymore. I couldn't talk to him. They aren't letting me talk to him now, so I don't have any more answers. He was hiding a lot of stuff from me. On June 11, Doberman posted pictures on social media of him and his 3 sons smiling and giving the thumbs up. Gloria Doberman wrote, "Grandma loves this picture." A GoFundMe has now been started to help defray some of the funeral expenses here. This is just incredibly horrible, and I mean, nothing else to say here. Just brutal.
Pure evil.
I don't know if they have the death penalty or not, but I sure hope they do in that state.
Yeah.
And all you who are against the death penalty, this dude doesn't deserve to breathe. Family annihilator, almost didn't get to kill the wife, but I mean, imagine hunting your son down. He knows you just killed your brothers, and daddy drug you back and killed you too.
Evil.
And that's who he intended to kill, was the son. He didn't
killed
kill
them
the
all.
wife. He could have killed the wife.
Well, but the thing is, there's no justification. There's no explaining that. Pure evil, like you said, John.
Yeah. We need a lighter story to get out from under that funk, and I got one for you. As a matter of fact, I debated making this a banjo for Mike and I ended up
if it's a really good one.
Oh, it's
not going to get
good.
banjos.
It's good.
Stolen story.
A 62-year-old man who accidentally shot himself in his sleep while dreaming about a burglary attempt has been charged with illegally owning a firearm.
Oh, God.
So deputies went to a home in Lake Barrington, Illinois, after receiving a call about a person shot and found Mark DeCara suffering from a gunshot wound to his leg. Deputies, they applied a tourniquet to his leg because he was losing a significant amount of blood. And investigators learned DeCara reportedly had a dream that someone was breaking into his home. So he picked up his .357 revolver and fired at the burglar. However, he shot himself and apparently woke up from the dream. Yes, medics did transport him to a local hospital and they treated his wound. The bullet lodged itself into DeCara's bedding after exiting through his leg. The round did not hit a wall that he happens to share with his neighbors. Lucky there. Investigators learned that DeCara's firearm owner's identification card had been revoked, but he still owned a gun.
A .357 at that.
A .357. The Lake County Sheriff's Office arrested DeCaro after the state attorney general approved charges of possession of a firearm without a valid license and reckless discharge of a firearm. And he was booked into the Lake County jail and later released after posting bond. You know, it blew my mind that they arrested him. I mean, he shot himself in a dream. Have y'all ever had dreams where it was y'all sleepwalk, anything like that? Have y'all ever had problems with that?
I've had dreams of so real. I woke up and you know, swinging or fighting or whatever. Yeah.
My wife had a dream she says it was a dream. I woke up one time, she like hit me, and I woke up and I'm like, "What the heck are you doing?" And she was acting like she was asleep and it was a dream. Yeah. I've always wondered since then, was she really dreaming? Because she popped me, man. I woke up like, what the hell is going on? Punched me right in the freaking nose.
There you go.
Yeah. Remember that? Wendy Chapman?
Payback's a bitch.
When did we believe
I
you were
ain't forgot.
sleeping? Yeah.
We call that a Plaxico, I think. But man, was he sleeping with the gun right next to him in the bed?
I sleep with a gun next to me.
I have one in a nightstand.
It's in your bed?
That's right.
It's right on your nightstand. You know right where it's one to reach away.
Yeah.
Well, he was dreaming that someone was breaking in his house.
Sleeping one under the pillows and everything else. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was dreaming someone was breaking in his house, so he may have actually opened the nightstand.
And you know what, though? He might have
up.
accidentally just shot himself and said I was dreaming.
He came up with a bullshit.
Been embarrassed.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm about 50-50 on that.
It's not a problem. The deal being is you're going to run the weapon and you're going to run the guy, and you find out he's got an illegal weapon. He called a charge, and rightfully so, even though he shot himself.
Yeah, we'll post his picture on Facebook, not to embarrass him further, but just because.
Well,
you know,
I mean, he should have done it right.
Yeah.
So listen to this one, y'all. Now, this one really deserves banjos also. An Oklahoma convenience store clerk and 2 friends he asked to rob his store so he could leave work early have been arrested. Isaiah Jones told police that he handed over the store's cash to a suspect after the suspect walked into the store on June 5th and passed him a note that said, "Give me all your money or I will shoot you." The suspect was later identified as Stephen Jones, who was arrested on June 8th and confessed to the robbery. He added that he was hired by a woman named Aaliyah Locke after Isaiah Jones asked her if she wanted to rob the store so he could go home early. Right?
Jesus.
Isaiah Jones, arrested on June 14th, faces embezzlement and conspiracy to commit felony charges. Stephen Jones faces conspiracy to commit embezzlement and possession of a firearm after being a convicted felon. Locke was arrested on an outstanding warrant on June 9th and could face additional charges. She allegedly confessed to setting up the robbery, saying that Jones paid her afterward. She also allegedly showed police incriminating text messages from Isaiah Jones. Our human resources department and likely every HR department in the world would like to advise people that this is not the recommended way to leave work early. The police noted in a social media post. I thought it was some great shit. I mean, I fudged a little bit here and there over the years to do whatever, but I never would have thought of setting up a robbery just to get off work.
That's called
did he have a hot date? Want to catch a football game?
If you hate your job that much.
You want to watch LSU play?
That was an essential component of that story to find out what it was that would compel
to get
him
off work
to need to get out that early. That did deserve another banjo moment. Deserving moment. Well, guys, get this. Over 120 New Yorkers have tried to hire a hitman.
Oh, here we go.
That don't surprise me a bit.
Now, we've done 2 separate stories in recent weeks that involve the parody site Rent-a-Hitman.com, but little did we know just how popular this site had become. Well, it's a really big hit with New Yorkers. In fact, since 2018, at least 120 people from across the Empire State have turned to the site to try to hire a real-life killer to rub out family members, an ex, to even torch a school. And this is all according to the website owner, Bob Innes, and what he shared in an interview with the New York Post. I had promised listeners several times I was going to go check out the site. I finally did, and I mean, it is hysterical.
We got to tell them, though, you're going on assignment this week. You're going up there to check out that build and see if it's legit or not.
Well, look, it's Rent-a-Hitman, your point-and-click solution. We are 100% HIPAA compliant. HIPAA meaning Hitman Information Privacy and Protection Act of 1964. So in February, Innes tipped off the NYPD to a teenager in Kensington who said she was tired of being bullied at the Urban Assembly School for Leadership and Empowerment, which was in Brooklyn. She wanted to have the school burned down. In another chilling request, a gal named Rebecca from Brooklyn wrote in the subject line, quote, "Anything to kill her." Robin in Far Rockaway sent a message titled, "I want him so fucking dead." The NYPD refuses to provide the details about all of the cases that Innes forward, but a Dutchess County resident, this is north of New York City, supposedly a young boy wanted to kill his own mother. Innes launched Rent-a-Hitman.com in 2005 when he and 3 other college classmates started a computer security business. So the idea of hit was like a hit on your website, like a view or a click. Back then, people just called them hits. And so the idea was that, they were renting a hitman, somebody to do work on your computer or fix it. And as we've said before, he sort of forgot that they had done that and left the site just, in mothballs. It was out there, but they weren't doing anything with it. Years later, he checked it and the dormant sites inbox was full, and he was in shock with all the messages that were there. I certainly didn't expect this. Innes said, I didn't expect it at all. Still, he decided to run with it, and he made it clear he wasn't a straight shooter, filling the site with obvious and funny signs that it was a fake contract killer rental agency. I told you about the HIPAA thing. The site has led to a pair of recent high-profile arrests that we profiled on Real Life Real Crime Daily. I won't go back through those, but text on the website's homepage is pretty hysterical. Tired of getting bullied? Rent-a-Hitman has assisted individuals just like you who have been the victim of bullying at the gym, in the office, or at the club. With a wide variety of solutions available, we ensure that your situation is resolved accordingly and with the proper care and attention it deserves. Right. Consultations are free and discreet. We can make any troubled relationship disappear. Let's face it, we've all had a relationship or two that you just wish would go away, but didn't know how to handle it. Look no further than Rent-a-Hitman and let us take care of the dirty work for you. To get started, just submit a service request form, and one of our highly skilled relationship advisors will provide a free consultation.
It's not real, or I wouldn't be here.
Tennessee Air National Guardsman Josiah Garcia was arrested in April after he tried to get a job as a contract killer through Innes' site. A request he also turned over to authorities. Innes said he's cultivated a keen eye for serious murder inquiries and hoaxes, and he has no qualms about turning in requests he deems credible to police. If they're capable of causing harm to somebody else, I have no problem putting them in contact with a field operative, he said. And so, having now covered a number of these, finding out there are 120 other ones out there just in the state of New York, Woody, I would like to make a request in recognition of his tremendous, comical, and totally accidental contributions to capturing bad guys across the U.S. I would like to nominate Mr. Robert Innes, creator of Rent-a-Hitman.com, to the All Woody team.
I concur. I think it's genius. What's genius is the dumbasses are actually still, even after it's been reported, are doing 120 New Yorkers.
That tells you how stupid people are in the world.
HIPAA, what did you say HIPAA stood for again? We all know what HIPAA means in real life, that medical bullshit, but it was Hitman information, something of
the HIPAA laws are privacy protection laws, right? But this one said, where's the website?
It was Hitman Information Protection Act of
1964, which is the funniest part. Which the Hitman Information Privacy and Protection Act of 1964.
I agree.
So this guy has done a lot of good with something that was just a whim back in his college days, and I think there's a good chance that they've put hundreds of people behind bars from this, and we are going to recognize him as the third member of the All Woody team, and we're going to reach out to Mr. Innes and see if we can't get.
Wouldn't it be great if we could get him on the phone?
I bet we can.
Well, actually, you're going there this week when you bring him as a award. Look him up.
He's not based in New York. He's based in California, I believe.
Oh, well, next time you go to Cali,
we will track him down.
Anyway, that's great. Great story.
Spark something uncommon this holiday with just the right gift from Uncommon Goods. The busy holiday season is here, and Uncommon Goods makes it less stressful with incredible hand-picked gifts for everyone on your list, all in one spot. Gifts to spark joy, wonder, delight, and that's exactly what I wanted feeling. Hey, y'all, I ordered a super cool piece. It's a candle with a sculpture of LSU's Tiger Stadium on top of it. And each officially licensed laser cut wooden replica features up to 4 layers of detail, creating a bird's eye view of a specific football field, seating section, and more. And every label includes your stadium's name, the team's logo, and school location. And it has a coconut, soy, vegan wax infused with sandalwood smell that creates tailgates and touchdown scent profile, reminiscent of game day. It's invigorating like fresh cut grass and nostalgic like smoke from a pre-game grill, and calming like the crisp autumn air of a new semester on campus. Y'all, I love it. I have it at the base of my TV, and I'm ready to watch the Tigers play on Saturday night, right? Uncommon Goods. Look, when you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. And many of their handcrafted products are made in small batches. So shop now before they sell out this holiday season. Uncommon Goods looks for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the U.S. They have the most meaningful, out of the ordinary gifts anywhere. They even have gifts you can personalize. From holiday hosts and hostess gift to the coolest finds for kids to hits for everyone from the book lovers to diehard sports fans. Uncommon Goods has something for everyone, not the same old selections you can just find anywhere. And with every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. They've donated more than $3 million to date. So to get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/RLRC. That's uncommongoods.com/RLRC for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary.
All right. So a scary moment for people outside an Ascension Parish bar, which for y'all that are not from Louisiana, Ascension Parish is the parish that borders East Baton Rouge Parish.
It's just the south of us.
Yeah, it's maybe 5 minutes over the line there. You're going to run into Ascension Parish from Baton Rouge. And a scary moment for people outside of a bar there on June 16th as a driver backed his truck into a crowd of people, slamming into the front of what was known as Tiger Town Daiquiris.
I have been there.
That place was packed, too.
I have too. Yeah,
I've been there. I mean, again, Ascension Parish, you're right, it does butt up to Baton Rouge, but it's immediately south of Livingston Parish. When you cross the Diversion Canal, you're in Ascension Parish.
So deputies arrested Micah Dotson, who is 32 of Prairieville, on third offense. Let me say that again. Third offense DWI, hit and run, reckless operation, and a slew of other charges. A video that shows the incident is out as someone was taking cell phone video of this. You have to see this video. If you're not following us on Facebook, follow us just to see this video. Is
on the Real Life
crazy, y'all. Yeah. The owner of the daiquiri shop left a sign after this incident occurred that said the front of the building sustained damage, and he had some wood planks up, and it read, "Front door broke, back door open." Yeah. So another plank read, "We are open." So a witness who was there when Dodson crashed his truck into Tiger Tavern said he was out for blood. He was out to hurt somebody that night. She added that the owner had been trying to put him out for being too disruptive to the bartenders. "I knew they were kicking him out a second time because he had come back in. He was yelling at us outside," she said. The bar will remain open while the owner makes his repairs. But here's what I want to say about all this. Third offense DWI. Good Lord, man.
Yeah. Well, so let me tell you about that real quick. Just because you are arrested for third offense, just generally it's going to be the first offense because they have what they call voicinization. All right. So if you get arrested for DWI in Baton Rouge, you get arrested for DWI in Ascension, and then another one here at Livingston. Each time you go to court, the first two are misdemeanors anyway. Each time you go to court, if they don't bring in your entire case file when you plead guilty from the other parish and read it or voicinize you about that charge also, it'll never be, you won't be convicted for the second offense. And if they don't in the second offense, the DAs don't take the time to do it. That's why you see these people that have 11 offenses and all that. It doesn't mean they're convictions. But Tiger Town Tavern, real quick, that owner's a pretty cool guy. He actually bought me a drink when I was in there one day. And for you people that are not from Louisiana, we have daiquiri shops, and yes, you can drive through, and they have
that blows people's minds from here.
And you could drive through and pick up your daiquiris, and you can walk out.
He took the drive-through a little too literally.
Yeah, right. He made his own drive-through. Yeah.
Indeed, he did.
Well, the interesting thing about the video is I didn't know the part where he was in the bar and had been thrown out. Yeah. The video before, as he's like coming through the parking lot, the person videoing it knows how effed up he is because they've got the video from the inception. So you watch him maneuver through that lot and screeching tires all the way, and then just go through the front of a very packed bar. I mean, easily somebody could have been killed or badly hurt there. And he blew a 3 times
illegal limit.
3 times legal limit. Yeah.
Crazy.
There you go.
Uh-oh. Is it that time already? What do you
That time.
It's time to get kinky.
Time to get kinky
good.
crimes for Wednesday.
My favorite
And
part of the
listen to
day.
me. Listen to me. This is the greatest kinky crimes we've ever done.
Amen.
Ever.
Wow.
And wait till you hear this.
Get ready to get kinky.
So y'all listen. I don't normally read the headlines, but I'm going to read this headline and then tell you the entire story because this is shit that I could have never dreamed up, and I could dream up some shit. So a notorious Swiss cheese pervert pleads guilty to flashing women from his car and propositioning them while holding slices of cheese. A man dubbed the Swiss cheese pervert has pleaded guilty in a Philadelphia court after being charged for flashing women,
I knew you'd
for
say that.
flashing women while holding slices of Swiss cheese. Christopher Pagano, 42, was charged with stalking, indecent exposure, harassment, and lewdness for his crimes against 4 women. Several of the victims were able to record video, like Jim Chapman said, you're always on video, or take a photograph of Pagano as he harassed them from his car while brandishing cheese. According to police, he would drive up to his victims, expose himself to them, and then ask them if they would like to be paid to engage in sex acts with him involving Swiss cheese.
Hell
Now,
yeah.
look, try it 99 times out of 100. It works that one time. I guess it was happy for him. I mean, does this actually work? But he was arrested in March, but he pled guilty on Monday. He's been sentenced to 8 years probation and must report to sex offender counseling. And he can't use his car except to drive to work, church, or medical appointments for 1 year. But during the investigation, and check this out, police unearthed court documents and a mugshot from 2009 that revealed that Pagano was arrested after he allegedly removed a large block of cheese from his pocket and asked a woman on the street if it would be all right to give her $20 to rub the Swiss cheese on his penis. At the time of his 2009 arrest, he pled guilty to disorderly conduct because they dropped it down, but a solicitation was dismissed. Going back 3 years to 2006, Pagano was again arrested and charged for solicitation and disorderly conduct. The police department was unable to confirm that cheese was involved in that incident. But one woman who he messaged on a dating site prior to his arrest said that in the message, Pagano explained he developed the fetish after struggling to find women and start relationships as a young man, and he developed this fetish to help him deal with his sexual urges. He said, I found that women tend to like dairy products and settled on cheese to represent the girl. Thus, I started having sex with cheese, he said. And he went on to say, I love the way Swiss cheese feels against my penis, either as slices of Swiss cheese being wrapped around my penis or a chunk of Swiss cheese being rubbed against my penis. I love even more when a woman uses Swiss cheese to pleasure me or simply wraps the Swiss cheese slices around my penis, allows me to hang out with her as I wear the cheese. He explained that he prefers having sex with cheese over traditional sex. I'm wondering why.
He prefers the sex with the cheese.
Yes. And finally, in a strange twist, and to wrap up that message, he insisted to the women that he doesn't like Swiss cheese, only mozzarella, and would never be a consumer of the cheese himself. He only used the Swiss cheese on himself, and holy shit.
Wait, he only fucks Swiss cheese,
Yes,
doesn't he?
yes. He won't eat.
Yeah, he don't like
only
it.
eats mozzarella.
He don't
If
like
it's
the
eating,
taste.
it's
And I'm
mozzarella.
assuming the Pagano, if I said it correctly,
it's Italian.
he's got to be Italian.
That's Italian.
Right?
Well, it's Swiss cheese, so let's stick with that. I mean, he's
I'm not saying it's the Italian
He's
people.
not fucking the mozzarella.
That's some kinky stuff right
I
there.
have heard everything from, the shitting on the plates where they get underneath and film with it and everything. This dude is out there.
And I can't believe
And guess what?
Boar's Head hired him to be a spokesperson.
Right? And guess what? Jim Chapman.
Oh, there's the guy.
Or
Yeah,
you came up with the picture, and we got to
right.
post this winner on social
That
media.
That's your
is
Swiss
a
cheese
Swiss
lover.
cheese
Hey,
fucker right
he
there.
just wraps the Swiss cheese around his
Is
penis
it
and wants to
baby?
hang out.
Is it
with
the
him.
baby Swiss
have
or the
no idea.
big Swiss?
Didn't ask.
Hey, he liked them both.
Well, the
He
baby
liked-
Swiss is softer.
Well, I don't know about that, but he liked it hard. He liked it soft. He liked it rapid.
Here's the thing: it's
Awesome.
Philly, and considering cheesesteaks use Cheese Whiz, you would think he would have gone after the Cheese Whiz.
I don't know, bro.
Not the
Nick
Swiss.
can't, I don't think he can explain it, but yes, damn sure Kinky is.
That is
right?
kinky. That's a kinky crime right there.
That was a killer kinky crime.
Absolutely.
I have a feeling.
Uh-oh. Must be time.
People love the banjos.
People love
They love the dumb
banjos.
criminals.
I hate when the dumb criminals isn't as good as the kinky. Can I just read the Swiss story again?
You
I
just
like
read,
that.
yeah, just read the Swiss one.
replace
He
Cheese
would,
Whiz.
he would be a
nobody-
dumb criminal as well.
Yeah, he would be. Nobody can. If we ever top that one, holy shit! I mean, nobody. Actually, he needs to go be number 4 on all Woody too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy both the regular and baby Swiss today, and just
You let me know how that works out
Give
for
it give each a feel and let you know which I prefer.
I'm warm Miss Ago now.
Police are pointing fingers at a Florida man accused of attempting to rob a store while armed with only a finger gun.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Paul James
Love
Sinclair, age 56, entered a store Monday afternoon with his hand tucked in his shirt, positioned as if he had a gun. Does that ever look real, Woody?
I'm sure it does. Not.
Anybody ever fool you with that one? He then ordered the cashier to hand over all the money in the register, which totaled $120, and she obliged. He was apprehended just minutes after he entered the store. It isn't known how the suspect was apprehended so quickly or whether the cashier was able to alert authorities while the unarmed robbery was ongoing. He warned her not to press any buttons or alert authorities in any way during the incident.
Right.
Otherwise, he would have shot her with his finger.
Shout out to Bird, man.
Serious deterrent to hitting that button. He was not on any drugs or under the influence of alcohol during the time of the arrest. That would have made us feel a lot better about him had he been. And no actual weapons were recovered. So, Paul James Sinclair, you are a genius.
Nice.
That's a dumb criminal.
That is a dumb.
Wow. Finger gun.
That's a
One
lot.
of those. Stick him up.
Stick him up.
It's a little too
He
pointy.
could throw him the bird.
That's
Oh,
it.
Actually, if you just had a little covering for your finger that made it look more like the,
Well,
you could probably sell that.
that could have been something there.
That's
You never
it.
know.
Well, everybody follow Facebook.
Yep. The Real Life Real Crime Daily page. Go to the Real Life Real Crime Community app. Continue to like and share us, and we appreciate it. The numbers are phenomenal. We love and appreciate each and every one of you.
Any final thoughts, Michael?
Ladies, you can go online and find out where Colin McGregor will be next if you'd like to.
And if he's carrying his
No, you
Swiss
know what my
cheese.
thought is?
Yeah.
We had a lot of really good, funny stories here.
Yeah.
That fucking guy in
kills
Ohio,
kids, yeah.
That's
lining your
disgusting.
3
Evil
boys up.
exists, man. Evil exists. But unfortunately, not unfortunately, but this is Real Life Real Crime.
It is.
Daily, right? We'll bring it to you good, bad, or indifferent.
That's right. And until next time, I'm Jim Chapman,
And I'm Woody Overton.
And I'm Mike Agovino.
your host of Real Life Real Crime Daily. Peace.
Shabusiness.